Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gio with Mighty Dubia Feeders, and today we're going to talk about how to set up your roach bin for your discoids or your dubia. In the last video we talked about how to create the container, and we'll link that in the description box. Check that out. We're always posting educational videos, help you guys out along the way on whether you want to breed them, whether you're raising them your own colony for your own reptiles. So we always post videos like this, guys, so make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. We're here to help you guys out. So today's video is going to be talking about how to set up the container. So we already set up the actual container in the last video, how to create all the holes, the ventilation, etc. In this video, we're just going to basically how to set it up with the egg crates. This is something you want to do if you order your colony. While you're waiting for your colony to arrive, you want to make sure you have the container set up, you have all the ventilation correctly, and then that you already have all the egg crates ready to go. That way when you get your roaches, all you gotta do is just put them in there and just let them thrive and grow. So let's get started. So on the last video, I made this 18-gallon, this is just a Sterilite 18-gallon. And what I did on this one was basically created a 3-inch hole, added this insect screen here. On that video, I explained where we got these from. It's on the description. So on this one, I just basically did 2 on the ends, 2 on the top, and also I added some additional 3/16 holes to the top of the enclosure, just to add some additional ventilation. You can add more if you want. Kind of depends on where you live, but this is what we're going to set up today. This is just an 18-gallon Sterilite container. So as far as the egg flats, there's just so many different ways you can do it. Some people I've even experimented with different things, and there's some pros and cons. So I really like getting a little tiny bit of hot glue on just a few of them, and just basically sticking them together, and it just keeps it nice and neat when you're going to, when you're kind of moving around. Now the only tough part is like when you're actually trying to get to the roaches, then they're in between the cracks, and then you got to break these apart. Now as far as the way it looks, I like the way it looks because they're glued together, they're in the bin, and they're just basically not getting all loose or anything. So I really like that. But that's the downside to it. The downside to it is that you have to if you're trying to, for us, if we're trying to sort some roaches, or if we're trying to count, if a client orders, 300 larges or whatever, then we have to separate this and break it apart to get to those roaches. So, this one, like I said, there's really no wrong or right way to do it. I've created all sorts of different ways. I do like some where you kind of cut the one section off. It makes it a little bit shorter, and then you can just basically kind of start stacking them in here however you think is going to stay together here. Now one thing to keep in mind, especially with the Discoid, they're a little bit longer of a roach, so if these egg crates are very close to the top, then I just saw a rabbit run by. It's kind of weird. If they're really close to the top and if they actually reach the top, sometimes they will be crawling on the top if they can, or the dubia too. If you get a container that is too low and the egg flat, so you only got like about an inch from the top of the lid, those guys will be on, kind of hanging out on here. And then there's a possibility that when you pop this open, that they might be on here. You're not paying attention. That happened to me one time. You put it down, and then some of the roaches get away, which you don't want. They're not going to infect your house, but they will eventually die. So you don't want that. So you just got to make sure that you leave about 3 inches or so from the top. That way these guys are not trying to hang out on the top. And just start stacking them in here. There's really no perfect way of doing it. Just kind of keep it to where you basically have some space in between them.
So Gio, why did you put this one over here?
Well, I was just kind of giving an example. As sometimes I like to do 2 shorter ones and kind of keep them together, Or sometimes what I've done before basically is do some taller ones on the ends, kind of create like a little condo. and then put a bunch of short ones here, and that way it kind of leaves like a lower area in the middle to where you can basically put a food dish like on the top. You know, if you kind of put it on the top, sometimes the container or the food plate might be too close to the top. So I kind of shorten it just as an example, where you can cut a whole bunch of these pretty short, and that way your food bowl kind of sits down here, and then they all kind of have a hangout, you know, kind of like a dinner table type of thing.
Oh, okay. So he's talking about he cut this much off of each piece.
Yeah, you can even go lower.
To make it shorter. So I mean, it's really up to however you want it. So to get it to this size versus being very tall.
Yeah, I could even go on another 2 sections, so it's lower in the middle, kind of higher in the top, and then that way the food dish just kind of sits there. Except, again, there's no exact way. Some people like to just put them in there, and then on the very top just lay like a flat cover of another container, and that's kind of like the dinner table.
I've seen some people even put like a little cardboard.
Yeah.
Little cardboard piece.
Yeah, that too. That works. So there's just so many different ways. But basically, the whole point is that before your roaches arrive, just make sure you have it all set up for them. That way, you know, the travel stresses them out. You want to just put them in their final resting spot, so to speak, and then give them food, and then leave them alone so they can just relax and decompress with the travel. So one thing I forgot to mention, the deli cups that the roaches come in. So this is just an example. This is a small deli cup. So what you can do is basically you can just use this as a food tray. You can just kind of cut the ends of it, and then they have somewhere to come in there and eat, and you can just put all their either dry food or even their vegetables. Sometimes we put 2 or 3 of these around their container. One for like their vegetables or fruit, one for their chow. Anyway, so that's pretty much the extent of this video. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like I say, keep watching our channel. We always post things that are helpful for you insect lovers and your reptile lovers. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, like and subscribe, hit the ring bell for notifications, and we love you guys. Thanks a lot for watching.